Well, hello Rockhounds, Lapidary lovers. Mike here. Welcome back to my channel. And yesterday was Valentine's Day, and my lovely wife got me a present that I think you're going to be interested in if you're watching this channel. So, a little backstory. My wife and I were kind of unusual people, and we're the first to admit it. We're the first to admit it. Um, she's big into fossils. And I'm big into, rocks, lapidary, fossils, whatnot. It's not unusual on present exchanging days for us to get each other rocks. Okay, we're kind of an oddball couple that way. She's not into flowers. She's not into candy. And when I say rocks, I don't mean diamonds. So I'm a lucky boy, and she'll be the first one to tell me that. I'm a lucky boy. I didn't have to fight with the other guys at the grocery store over the flowers and the candy yesterday. So... And then what she got me is kind of interesting, and I'm going to need a little help from my audience, I think, to figure out how best to deal with what's in this box. So let's take a look in this box, okay? She got me something pretty rare and special. And I'm afraid I might screw it up if I do it on my own. I'll do some research, but feel free, if you have any experience with this stuff, to give me some advice, okay? So what's in the box? Well, we've got some pretty unusual things in this box. Let me pull them all out, and I'll give you a close-up look at them. Any guesses yet as to what this stuff is? Huh? Some kind of weird agate? Kind of, sort of, maybe, yeah. Vivid colors, which my camera, as usual, is probably not showing off to their best. Okay, you give up? This is Fordite. Hands up, everybody who knows what Fordite is. I'm sure there's a few hands up out there. You guys are smart. It's also called Detroit agate. So this stuff came from the old-timey car plants where they used to paint cars up in Detroit. And they would move the car bodies through the paint booth on these skids and stuff, and they would paint the cars, and then they'd run them through the oven to bake the paint on, and they'd come out and they'd grab another car and run them through. And the paint layers would build up on the skids until it was so thick that it started interfering with the operation of the machinery, and they'd have to knock it off periodically. But by that time, this stuff's been through the oven hundreds of times. It's got, dozens of different colors of paint in there. And it's almost as hard as rock. So somebody sometime decided, hey, we could make jewelry out of this stuff. We could make art out of this stuff. We could make pretty things out of this stuff. So they started collecting it. Well, unfortunately, they don't paint cars that way anymore. So Fordite gotten kind of rare, especially with the closing of all the old factories up in Detroit. Fordite is pretty rare. But I have seen people do amazing stuff with Fordite when they can get it. So now I've got 4 pieces of Fordite here. So I need a little advice on A, what to do with it, and B, how to do it. I'm primarily a rock tumbler, though I'm trying to get into cabbing and stuff. And I know if you cut this stuff, on an extreme bias and expose all the lovely layers of paint inside, this one's going to need something done with it, because I can see the layers in there, but really it's just brown on both sides. So I'm going to have to do something to expose the goodness in there. This one, it needs something. This one needs some help. They all need a little help. So, if you have any advice, any suggestions, point me towards any resources that you know of with dealing with Fordite. Because I know this stuff's getting hard to find. And, I'd hate to ruin it with my ham-handed idiocy with being unfamiliar with it. Like I said, I'll do my own research and figure it out. But I would like any, helpful hints on how to deal with it. How well does it tumble? I think some people have tumbled Fordite. It's soft. There's no doubt about that. It's pretty soft. It's not very dense either. So it may be hard from all those trips to the oven, but it's still, not as hard as agate or anything. So I'd probably have to be very careful about tumbling it. Any advice on what other things I could do with it to try and bring out the beauty of all these different layers of color in there would be much appreciated. So anyway, that's kind of Valentine's Day around our house. A little different, but no less wonderful. Thank you, honey, for the Fordite. Okay, so like I said, any suggestions, resources you can point me to would be much appreciated. And you may see this Fordite in future videos as I work with it. So subscribe to see those future videos. And I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching this one. Bye.